What's up, fam, and welcome to the Seatownarena podcast. And my name is Russ, and I'm here with my homie, Nikki.
Yo!
And we're here to talk about sports, about not only Seattle, but sports in general. Tell me a little something about yourself, Nikki.
Longtime Seahawks fan, Supersonics fan. They need to bring them the fuck back because we still kind of pissed about that, Seattle. Come on, do something for us.
And we're here to entertain you with enthusiasm and some other bullshit.
And some other, he says. And some other.
All right, and the first on the docket that I like to open up with, because this is our actually first podcast that we're starting. Happy Blue Friday, by the way.
Happy Blue Friday, y'all. Go Hawks.
Even though we are recording this on a Friday, we're most likely going to be releasing this episode on a Monday, only because of conflicting schedules and stuff. But that's besides the point. I like to open this up with congratulations on Tokyo for opening the Olympics finally after a year in this stupid-ass pandemic that we're not going to really talk about. But still, congratulations for actually starting it. You're late, Tokyo. Come on.
No, I'm for real on that. I like to say kudos to the Olympics for just getting as far as they have with all the restrictions that they've been having in the last year. Because last year, no one wants to talk about that. Not one person wants to talk about the way you own a business or sports. Nah, fam. Not us. That's not our position right now.
All right. Besides that point, what do you want to talk about right now?
Sheesh. I hate saying Seahawks at first because I don't want us to seem like we're just Seahawks people. Look, we're not just that people. It's my team, and it's his team. But at the end of the day, we're going to be talking about all sports. That's the eventuality here.
And I'm looking at you, crackheads, and we're going to have the Kraken's hockey team with a hockey talk section later on.
Oh, man. That team. I'd like to point out I'm actually low-key excited for them. I need to look up the roster because I heard that they drafted them. I'm kind of mad about that because I was working this week and I couldn't figure it out when they were going to do it. So we're going to get back to you next time on who is on this team, and we're going to let you know further.
Yeah, because we have to do research. We were not prepared to do hockey talk research. Haha.
Dude, give me this. Anyways, yeah, we're going to be doing more research on that, everyone, just out of respect for y'all, because we want you to know what you're walking into. Aside from that, let's get this show on our own, I guess. Talk about the Seahawks for a bit.
All right, so we're going to start off. Who do you excited for this year? Starting up, because we have almost a month, or in about a few weeks, for the actual start of the season for preseason, man. What rookies are you excited to look for this year?
Okay. So, rookies. That's actually pretty cool because I actually have been keeping up with the draft, and I ain't gonna lie, there's a lot of cats on there that I would say is gonna be big. Main one I'm sticking my head out for that I think is gonna be great is Trey Brown, straight out the jump. I think his number is 25, I could be wrong, and it's 22. But at the same time, man, this boy's a good corner. Not a lot of people liked him or were sold on him because he's small in stature, y'all, but don't let the height fool you. The guy plays big in big-time games. Watch all his film, you'll know what I mean. Now, what you need to look for in him, he's got the dog mentality. He keeps up with players one-on-one. So if you're looking for someone to lock down a wide receiver, he's probably one of your best options. Does he need to be groomed more? Obviously. He's a rookie. It's going to have to happen. Now, on that note, kid's got a lot of heart. If you don't know his life story, I recommend looking it up. Just type in Trey Brown and life. Literally, life. That's all you got to look up. Now, I'm going to let my boy over here talk about his people that he's excited for, and then I'll jump back onto my own.
All right, so for Trey Brown, what parts of you excited for him? Who does you mostly remind you of for being a cornerback on our defense?
All right, cornerback, I would say probably, we already have him on the team, but he's got a lot of DJ Reed vibes. I get a lot of that, no pun intended on this, so I'm sorry to both of y'all if you're hearing this, underdog mentality. Because they've always been looked at for not being really too big of players because their size. Both of them are under 5'10", and not a lot of people are sold on them. But both are ball hawks and are very aggressive on the attack front as far as being cornerbacks go. That's gotta be some respect for that. Especially if you're a Seattle fan and you grew up during the Legion of Boom days, and you grew up with people like Richard Sherman, Byron Maxwell, just lighting people up left and right. Or better yet, even Brendan Browner. I hope you're doing well where you are, my dude. But no, those two, I would say, are the most comparable. The only one I can think of that he's even close to, aside from that, is Byron Maxwell's, like, aggressive play style.
Yeah, and we can talk about defense all day because my favorite side of the ball is defense. Not going to lie, when I played ball back in school, my favorite position was defensive tackle. But besides that, what I'm actually most excited for out of our rookies this year is actually going to be on the offensive side with our boy wide receiver, Dwayne Eskridge. He got me very excited during rookie mini camp, and I hope he does a lot of good, especially when we have him and DK Metcalf on that side of the ball, and hopefully we can get a couple more things on our lineman side. And speaking of linemen, we have offensive tackle Stone Forsyth. I didn't do really much research on him, but I just happened to see his name on the article I just looked up. But I remember actually seeing him getting drafted, and I was actually really super excited because Russell finally has another piece of the puzzle to protect his ass while trying to throw the goddamn ball.
All right, now I'm actually jump into both of those two because actually, low-key, I'm going to just clarify this to everyone listening. I'm excited for all our rookies that we got. Drafted or undrafted, don't care. Except for one, but I'm going to get into him in a moment. Now, for the two people that my boy Russell here just mentioned, I would say out of those two, well, all of them are good. Like, Stone Forsyth is probably the one who needs to work on the most, but only because he's more of a pass blocker. But here's the thing, though. He's a great pass blocker. Guy has really got a good motor behind him. And as he said multiple times, you can't teach size. And the boy at about 6'7" is a nightmare for people. Honestly, though, do I think he'll get playtime this year? It's debatable. Because right now we still got Dwayne Brown, and that's who's going to be grooming him into the rhythm of being an offensive tackle, from what I understand. Now, that's not to discredit him. That's actually a lot of promising facts, because let's be honest here, everyone. Pat Mahomes didn't exactly play his first year, and not a lot of other people did either, so cut the man some slack. Sometimes you got to get your rhythm in. As far as Dwayne Eskridge, kid can kind of play wherever, honestly. I can see him being used as a weapon, in my humble opinion, just based on what I've seen, because kid's got running back experience, so you could use him as that, and we all know Seattle doesn't really decline room when it comes to running backs. We'll have like a whole den of them in one single room. Like, who's that? Chris Carson? Yep. That's Travis Homer? Yep. There is maybe Rashad Penny? I hope you stay, homie.
Where's my skilled man? I'm trying to lich.
Like I said, running backs in general, Seattle loves them. And we love healthy ones. So, obviously, everyone's going to say that, well, he got injured in college. Yeah, a small injury, my dude. In comparison to his entirety in college, he's still solid. Now, he fits under this whole Shane Waldron scheme that we got probably going on, because if y'all know who Shane Waldron is, he played for the damn team that honestly has caused Seattle Seahawks so much damn misery in the last 3 to 4 years. The damn LA Rams. Or, if you were with them when they were that old enough, I think St. Louis Rams?
Oh, yeah, St. Louis.
Ugh.
That was our era growing up.
Like, I'm going to just keep it a buck here. Y'all can stick with LA. Stick with it, because Lord knows I did not like those years. Anyways, Dwayne Eskridge has a lot of speed to him. Like, that's the main thing, is like, kid's got like a fifth gear to him. As soon as he's running, he's gone. You can't catch him. Don't bother trying to catch him. He's a track runner, so you know what you're expecting with this kid. And he fits under the whole DK Metcalf, like my boy said, because they're both speed demons. Even Tyler Lockett in his own right is a speed demon. Not as much as when we first got him, but the boy can still get open. Now, all of these options, if we use them properly, can make for good wideout options as far as like being a wide receiver goes. Now, whether we'll actually get there is an entire different matter. Now, I'm going to let my boy Russell go because I got a motor mouth and it's not stopping.
If you hear a little bit of echo, we're actually trying to share a mic because someone forgot his.
Hey, leave me alone, bitch.
So if you hear a little bit echo in the background, I do apologize. We're working with one mic right now.
I didn't forget.
But besides the point, I'm actually just reading an article while he was Motormouth was running as Pete Carroll saying about Trey Brown, and here's a quote that Pete Carroll said, which is he's very bursty. I thought he said thirsty, so that's my bad. Very bursty, and he looks like he's going to take his shots and be aggressive corner. All right, when I was reading that, I thought it said thirsty, to be honest with you. I'm like, okay, Pete.
I mean, shit, you can be thirsty too, but damn.
But besides the point, out of Seattle, another team that I'm actually kind of looking for playing this year actually is the Bengals. With my boy Joey Burrow winning the national championship his final year in college when he transferred from Alabama to Louisiana?
Yeah. It was Alabama to Louisiana, and then he got to... Sorry. I'm going to talk a little bit more on this because I'm a big LSU fan, actually. I'm a big fan of Joe Burrows, too. I'm glad he brought him up because Cincinnati, quite frankly, needs an upgrade. And a well-needed upgrade, because last year I was mad as hell that they actually just decided to let my boy here get slapped around by every defense that he was playing against. Like, don't get me wrong, he did great for a rookie. But if he had a defense like maybe Justin Herbert said, someone who could actually guard him, like Justin Herbert had it with the LA Chargers. Yeah, no, not LA, San Diego Chargers. Wow, I am so bad with that one.
No, LA now.
Seriously?
Yeah, they moved from San Diego to LA last year.
Well, damn. Okay, then. What do I know? Like I said, man, if they had like an offensive line like the Chargers, I think that honestly Joe Burrows would have had a lot better season. But because he was running a lot for his life,
like Russell Wilson.
Oh, so much similarities, but a little bit of differences. But I'll get into that later down the road. Joe Burrows needed help. So they got him an offensive tackle that I thought was pretty decent. I can't remember the name, but from what I've heard about him, kick and play. And he also got a trustworthy weapon that he used to have during those final years at LSU, known as Jamar Chase.
Yeah, I second that. Okay, now we're going to go into a little bit of a segment of top 5 NFL teams that you're looking forward this year. And we'll go between I'll do my top 5 and you do your top 5.
Well, you did one.
That's outside of Seattle. And
that's Cincinnati.
And from the top 5, actually going to be Cincinnati. On the East Coast side, I want to say Jaguars, Jets, and oh my God, Buffalo. Buffalo is another monster. I'm slowly becoming a fan of Buffalo within the last 5 years, especially with Josh Allen. Josh Allen surprised the hell out of me, for one thing. I think I have one more.
Yeah, that was 4. Wait, you said Cincinnati.
Yeah, I said Cincinnati, Jaguars, Jets, Buffalo.
On the East Coast?
Well, in general.
We're talking about in general. Okay.
In general, and oh God.
Because you mentioned them a lot. I can't remember their names, but you mentioned them. Damn.
It's gonna pop up soon.
I don't want to say Cleveland because that's probably not who you're expecting.
No, Cleveland right now is going back down to the Jets level of competition, which is...
Hey, put some respect on my boys, okay?
It's not my fault Cleveland has a curse.
It's not my fault that Jets have a curse. You want to talk about curses and who has more curses? Let's be real here. For like a whole 10 years, they got nowhere.
But Cleveland probably has the worst curse when it comes to especially baseball.
Now that I'll believe, but football, cut my boys some slack. At least they got a ring to their damn name. Anyway, sorry, I got heated there, y'all. I got heated real bad there for a second. So you're going to be getting a lot of conversations like that where we will be talking emotionally if we feel attacked about our teams. Especially this big boy and especially me. Now, my teams, and I'm probably going to have to be more in-depth with it. He already said one, so Cincinnati Bengals. I'm actually low-key excited to see how much better they do this year. Me personally, though, I just mentioned another one. Cleveland Browns I want to see because...
Indiana's my other one. I forgot.
Indianapolis?
Yes.
Oh, the Colts. Okay, so my friend is excited for the Colts. Loki, they're kind of slept on, so I can see that and respect
you know
that.
why, right? Because they signed Matthew Stafford. Finally got out of the Lions.
Wait, whoa. No.
I think it's something different. No,
You mother... Give it the dig, Mike. So... Oh, my gosh. Anyways, I'm so sorry, guys.
No, he went to the Rams, didn't he?
Yeah, he went to the LA Rams. My friend just got a little fuzzled and confused. Yes, if you all have been paying attention, Matthew Stafford now is playing for the Rams with Jalen Ramsey and Aaron Donald, as if they weren't a bigger problem than they already were.
I'm actually really excited for the Rams anyways, even though they're in our division. All right, again, I'm talking not only from a fan perspective, but also as all-around sports perspective, because I'm excited for a bunch of teams, especially in our division, because another one I'm actually looking forward to playing against this year besides the Rams is actually probably everyone. All right, because, oh my God.
Everyone's got something to play for now, like... Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt.
I'm excited for the Cardinals because they have a stacked team this year. They got some players that I was really surprised about, like Julio Jones. Oh my God,
that was a horrible.
I thought we were gonna get Julio Jones for a hot second because everyone. When I was looking in the online, figuring they put Seattle as number 1 for Julio Jones might go to, I was getting super excited. Then out of the blue, all of a sudden, signed with the Cardinals or the Falcons.
Can I give a little...
No, yeah.
No, neither. I got input on this. So, my input on this, like my homie just said, we were going to be one of the top 3. I think we were actually top 1 for people he was wanting to go to. If we got Julio, I think Dwayne Eskridge probably wouldn't have gotten as much playtime. Not saying that he wouldn't, just not as much, because
Julio just went to Tennessee.
Thank you. That's what I was about to say. Now, Tennessee Titans... That's probably number 3 on my list of teams I'm anticipating to see this year because holy shit, they're stacked. You got a running back that is literally stiff-arming people left to right like it is not even a hobby, like it's literally naturally breathing.
The King LeBron of freaking football.
Derrick freaking Henry. God, King Derrick, man. King
Where's
damn
the
Derrick.
trumpets for the king?
I'm done with this fool. Anyways. No, they also got DK's old dog from college days at Ole Miss, A.J. Brown, if I'm remembering correctly his name. Because there's a lot of Browns, sadly, in the league right now. You got A.J., Hollywood, and then you got Antonio, if you're still keeping up with him. And, wow, their defense has always been also solid. Like, not necessarily, I would say, big name worthy, but... play your fucking heart out against them. That's all I gotta say.
So really quick, I don't mean to interrupt, but I'm actually just reading Julio Jones's thing, and guess what his full name is?
I give up.
Quintorris Lopez Jones. Julio is just a nickname.
Quintorris.
Out of all this time,
I
I thought Julio was his actual name. Now actually doing some research like we're supposed to do. His full name is Quintorris Lopez. I would never fucking guess.
Well, I guess that honestly makes sense. They did set a standard for that boy when they gave him his name. And he plays like a damn Greek god anyway. Now, what other teams? I said Cleveland Browns. Now, my reason for the Cleveland... words are hard, y'all. Cleveland Browns is... Really? They stack too. Like, if Odell Beckham could stay healthy, like, look, no disrespect to Odell. My little brother is one of his biggest fans. Like, I swear to God, I will hear him give this guy the benefit of the doubt every damn game, even when he has given me doubt for at least 3 games. Now, I will say he's a top 5 if he could stay healthy. If not healthy, he's like at least top 8 or 9, just because you gotta play your heart out against him. Now, Jarvis Landry, I would put ahead of him because, again, he's more solid. But they got a solid running back in Nick Chubb. Baker Mayfield is finally starting to find his rhythm. Finally, after like 4 years. And then you got Myles Garrett, who's probably everyone's favorite pass rusher at this point.
Been in the league as long as
Myles Garrett, I think, yeah.
No, not as Myles Garrett, but Josh Allen.
Yeah, they came out in the same draft year, actually. And a lot of people thought Josh Allen was going to be the bust. No disrespect to you, Baker. I'm not saying you're a bust, homie, but you had to be groomed in because you got a little much ego after them commercials you were doing.
Especially the Hulu commercials, man.
Who you telling? And then the progressive ones, I think, is who he was mainly shown with. Like, that's all I noticed was progressive for, like, the longest time. Every progressive commercial, you be seeing this dude in the stadium. Now, fifth or fourth teams, I'm going to say, just because I don't know how it's going to feel, and it's going to be weird seeing them without their boy anymore, but New Orleans Saints without Drew Brees, that's going to be an interesting thing to see. Because now you got two QBs who could possibly fight for that starting role.
So, if rumors are correct, it's not going to be Taysom Hill.
Taysom, put some respect on my boy's name.
I'm sorry. I'm tired. F off. Taysom. It's definitely not going to be Taysom Hill. That's the rumors. It's going to be the other dude, which I can't remember right offhand.
Oh, so I know who he's talking about, and to all them Tampa Bay people, this name might give you some PTSD. I'm sorry in advance, but it's Jameis Winston is who's going to be starting it. Now, I'm going to be real with everyone here. I'm not saying I'm not a Jameis Winston fan, but his highs are high and his lows are extremely low.
What made me laugh when he was with Tampa Bay with the Bruce Arians offense was when he's the first quarterback to throw for 30 touchdowns and for 30 interceptions in the same season.
That's what I'm saying. Like
that's an astonishing achievement, but it's also an achievement that no one wants to have at this point. So I was impressed and sad. I'm like, really good dude, and he finally actually went out and get some surgery done on his eyes. Rest in peace on his eyes.
What? Rest in peace? You mean improvement? Room to improve, my man. Anyways, no, Jameis Winston, like my boy said, his high, like, that's not an accomplishment you want, but it definitely, for a lot of Tampa Bay fans, was something. Whether that something be good or bad, that's all up to y'all. But what I'm saying is, he's not a lost cause, because I can name you 100 other QBs right now that played either for the Saints and or other teams that everyone had optimism for and was trash. RG3, trash. What was that?
Sam Darnold.
Be nice to my boy Sam Darnold, okay?
I'm a fan of Sam Darnold. It's sad that he's on the freaking Jets.
My man, I was about to say they broke him. I'm sorry, y'all. I'm more optimistic about the Jets this year because of the new lineup of everything from coach to QB, but whew, they broke my boy.
Speaking of the Jets, I'm actually really excited for their coach that they just hired.
Rob Saleh. See, now I'm bad, and I need to slap myself a little because I kept calling him Sully, and that's not his name. It's Saleh. Rob Saleh, if I'm remembering correct. And if y'all in Seattle remember the name, a lot of people apparently, when I talk to them, don't. They always go to Dan Quinn. He was the crowd control defensive coordinator for our team, the Seattle Seahawks. And personally, I loved the guy because he was the one who kept everyone in line during the Legion of Boom days. Everyone's going to say Dan Quinn. I'm not really too keen on that myself. Like, Dan Quinn was more of the strategist, whereas Rob Saleh had to deal with the personalities, like, on a first-name basis. Like, yo, Cam, knock that shit off. Earl, don't you be giving me that look. Look at them that way. I swear to God. And sure, stop fucking talking to people like that. God damn.
Yeah, don't get me wrong. When Dan Quinn was on our team as our offensive coordinator, I freaking loved him. But he had one good year with the Falcons. Then I think every year after that just kind of went down the drain.
Wait, he wasn't on offensive, was he?
I believe
Dan Quinn?
Oh no, it was Tom Cable that was offensive court. No, I thought
it was Daryl.
Hold on, here, take the mic.
Okay, evidently I gotta be taking the mic, y'all. Now,
by the way, for the Jets head coach, it's either Saleh or
Salah. Salah.
Yeah.
Now I'm gonna get into the Jets a little bit, just tiny little instance, and say that, I don't blame the team. I blame the management of the team. Now, that team had the potential to be good when they had Jamal Adams. By the way, Prez, if you're hearing this right now, we're happy to have you as a Seahawk, and I hope you come back for another couple of years.
All right, so I got an update about Dan Quinn. Sorry, you're right. He was the defensive coordinator, where Tom Cable was our offensive coordinator.
When we went to the Super Bowl?
Yeah.
Damn.
And
I had Daryl Bevell for that one.
Here's I think I've told this before, but I actually got to play with Tom Cable's son in high school ball.
Oh, yeah, you mentioned that twice, actually.
Yeah, and I believe he was, I think, a white chip when he got offers in his senior year at our school.
Solid.
Which I was actually kind of surprised about, but that's beside that. That's a little tidbit of my personal life.
Oh.
But besides the point, have you heard? Oh, another team I'm actually really super excited for. This is going to go into the Midwest now. Is the Bears? I'm actually really excited for the Bears. All right. Even though I have a big heart for Seattle. Don't get me wrong. My mom is from Chicago. I'm going to have a heart for any Chicago team. Especially growing up, the hockey team was the Blackhawks. Fucking love them. Besides that, we're talking about the Bears. This is football talk. The Bears. I'm actually really excited them because they just picked up Justin Fields. I'm super excited for Justin Fields and a few other key things that they drafted this year.
Ooh. Actually, that's what I was about to say. Is I didn't want to put them on the list of anticipated teams, or at least not top 5, because that would be too obvious, honestly, y'all. But honestly, Chicago might have a lot running for them this year because, let's be real here. They've always had a solid defense. Chicago Bears have been known more for their defense rather than their offense, and no one really wants to talk about the elephant in the room that was known as the Trubisky effect. Lord, that boy was bad. Now, I'm going to say this plain. Justin Fields, in comparison, is a massive upgrade to them. Because the best way I could have summed him up as, I guess if you took Russell Wilson's brain and then put it into Cam Newton's height, and that's what you get. And he's got a lot of traits of both. He's got the strong arm of Cam Newton. A lot of people are not a fan of his, but you got to respect the boy, even though he kind of took that laptop. Now, I'm going to just say it plain on that. And I'm a big Justin Fields fan. I did not get the hate that was going around for him in the draft. A lot of people had him at first as, either number 1 or at the very least number 2 behind Trevor Lawrence. Not sold on that guy either. And then all of a sudden, the boy's stock just started to drop in the draft. Everyone was making new excuses for him, saying he can't do this, he can't do that, he's not really coachable at this part, when he's shown to be just as such in the last off season.
You know who that reminds me of? Russell freaking Wilson.
Oh, God. Yep. When they were saying he can't throw.
But the funny part is I didn't hear anything negative about Justin Fields until after the draft.
Right.
Which is weird because I usually am really good at listening to a bunch of negative things going on through
college.
Yeah, especially in the draft. But I didn't hear anything negative until after. I'm like, what the hell?
Right? It was... That's what I was about to say, too. I watched and listened in on it, too. I heard nothing bad. Not one time in that whole entire anticipation of who these 3 or 4 QBs, whether it be in this order, Trevor Lawrence, I guess now if you want to consider him number 2, the New York Jets is Zach Wilson, Trey Lance, and wow, I'm actually going to talk about them in a moment, but real quick on this Justin Fields, he just received so much flack. It made no sense, and it was coming out of nowhere. Almost every week it was a new excuse, and I'm like, you know what? Justin Fields, if you hear this, I'm going to just say this plain. Just do you, my dude. Do you and be smart and show all these haters wrong. That's all I got to say.
And to finish up with Chicago here is the one thing I'm actually super excited for. I'm not expecting them to make a run, but at least we'll give them, with all the stuff that they grabbed this year going into this upcoming season, is they actually might go to the not the Super Bowl,
the playoffs,
but make it at least to the second round of the playoffs. I'll give them that much. They're still a young team, along with quite a other ones too as well. But at least we'll give them at least another playoff appearance, maybe going to the second round of the playoffs. And another team that I'm actually kind of super excited for. Now we're just listening of going through each team that we're actually excited for. But another one of my all-time favorites is the Chargers. All right, especially with Justin Herbert, because Coming out of college, don't get me wrong, I love UW. UW is always going to be part of the family. But I've also had family who went to Wazoo. Everyone gives me flack for being a fan for Wazoo because I have family go to both UW and Wazoo. I also have family to go to Oregon University too.
So
I'm a fan of specifically the Pacific West Coast, Northwest. All right, but I've been a fan of the Oregon Ducks for a long time. Especially when Chip Kelly was there. But when I was watching, I wasn't really paying attention to the Ducks when Justin Herbert was playing. I actually kind of regret not watching college ball at that time.
Can I put in some 2 cents on that?
Yeah.
Now, here's where this is exactly what I'm talking about with the whole Justin Fields situation is. Like, they were bad. Oh, is it?
You're a little too far away.
My bad. Sheesh. I don't want to hold it too close. It sounds like a bad echo. Anyways, Justin Fields, in my humble opinion, is on that same line as Justin Herbert. It must be a Justin effect. Because Justin Herbert, for the entirety of the offseason before that damn COVID season happened, they were saying, oh, he ain't going to have no time in training camp to groom himself in. He's not going to make it. He's going to be Mitch Trubisky times 11. And I'm like, we'll see. Then all of a sudden, you stab Tyrod Taylor in the dang heart with a needle that punctures the lung. All of a sudden,
I feel bad for Tyrod.
Who are you telling? Tyrod Taylor got screwed. I'm sorry. That was just so disrespectful. And I am so glad that doctor that did that got fired. How do you miss a lung? How do you hit a lung? You should be knowing this. This is your job. Anyway, back to this. Justin Herbert proved a lot of people wrong. They thought he wasn't going to come up to the degree that everyone said. They didn't think he was going to step up to the plate. And then all of a sudden, you see the boy just ball out. He may not have won all those games, but he showed that he can hold his own. And not only can he hold his own, kid was making electric plays. So on that note, I would say let nature run its course. The Chargers, I think, honestly, if they can get a little bit more pieces settled in place, they can be a very dangerous threat. That's all I'm going to say on him.
Boy, poor Tyrod Taylor.
Tater.
Tater. That's probably what you felt like, as a fucking vegetable after the goddamn stabbed through the goddamn lung.
Oh, seriously though. Man, it'd be like that. I felt so bad for him.
But yeah, when people were talking about him being the next Mitchell Trubisky, but the funny part was, going back to Chicago, it was actually Jay Cutler with the Jay Cutler effect. Then it was upgraded from Mitchell Trubisky. Then Trubisky.
You call that an upgrade?
And Chicago, we're talking about. What do you expect?
Fair enough. I'm just saying that. I keeps it real.
But yeah, freaking the Chargers is going to be another team to look for. I'm not expecting them to make a huge run, but at least a playoff appearance with them. But if you actually look at it, every team that have done a lot of changes this year, especially this last year within the COVID season, has done a lot of changes, and every team actually has a potential of making it to the playoffs.
Can I give one?
Yeah.
Now, look, I know a lot of Seattle fans are going to probably start looking at me sideways here, because they are an old rival of ours. But low-key, I'm kind of excited to see how the 49ers play if they use their new QB, Trey Lance.
Oh my God, yeah. Freaking 49ers. I used to despise the 49ers
for
a long time, but being as an adult, not being with this childish of we're rivals type deal, that's why I just became more of a fan of sports in general, where I don't we will jab at each other for being rivals here and there,
right?
But to keep it friendly. I hate when people come out and like, oh, fuck you type deal.
Right, with
just take it too damn serious. I'm like, dude, it's just a freaking game. But overall, I fucking love the 49ers, especially with the picks that they chose. I think they're going to not make it far into the playoffs, but they definitely have a potential to do a run. And the one thing I will say about the shut up, you freaking Windows security.
Hey, be nice to that security. It protects your laptop.
But besides the point,
Sponsor us, Windows Security. Sponsor us.
Microsoft, if you hear this, please. But besides the point, what was I saying? Lost the train of thought.
You were talking about 49ers and how they, like, most fans made it seem childish to be even saying the name, like, in a kindness term.
Oh, yeah, freaking 49ers, again, for the picks that they chose, I'm actually really excited for the team. And the one thing I will say is I think the toughest division in the NFL is actually our division, which is the NFC West.
Mm-hmm. And it is pretty solid, like, because you got to look at all the teams on the stat board. Like, you got, well, Seahawks for, like, I love my Seahawks, but there are some times where I question if we should be number one. I put us, honestly, at either number one or number two. Like, it varies depending on the year. But otherwise, you got the nightmare that is our kryptonite known as the LA Rams. They always seem to have our number. They always do.
It doesn't help when we run the same freaking run play.
Every time, right? Every time. And I hope that's the one optimism I'm hoping our offensive coordinator can bring is like a little bit more diversity into the whole play style. Because Lord forbid, if we have another repeat of that third round against the LA Rams, I'm going to literally headbutt myself until I'm dead. I digress. Trey Lance and the 49ers, like my friend just said, it was a solid pick. Not a lot of people thought he was really top 3 QB worthy in the draft, and I'm like, no, that you're just saying that because you didn't really see him last year. He didn't play last year during the COVID year. He kind of sat out because he didn't want to risk his health. You got to respect that to some degree because it was pretty bad last year, y'all. There ain't no vaccine at that moment. So he took the smart route, but if you watch him beforehand, Ken made plays. Like, I won't say that all the plays were great, and he was playing for a small team, so that's probably why he fell so far under the radar. But at the same time, watching it, the kid is not, I don't want to say coachable, but he's coachable in the same way Pat Mahomes was coachable. And we all saw how that nightmare blew up in 1 year later. Like, all of a sudden, the kid is going to the Super Bowl, going to become MVP, and then all of a sudden goes back for round 2 and then gets pretzeled by Tom Brady's Tampa Bay.
But the one thing I do give to Kansas City is Coach Reed. My God,
Right?
he can put together a team. Right? It may take him like what they said, like 30 years for him to actually win a title. But
Yep.
But still, like he all the teams that he's coached for has always been good. It's just he hasn't. All the teams he did coach for just didn't make when he made it to the big stage, right? The big final game of the season, couldn't quite achieve it until Patty Mahomes with Travis Kelce to what was his wide receiver? Tyreek Hill, the main 2 threats that he has.
And then on that note, I'm gonna just keep it a buck here. As far as weapons go, like my boy just said, Travis Kelce and Tyreek Hill, they some of the best to do it. I put Tyreek Hill at least at number 3 or number 2 in wide receiver categories. It can switch up because you got D-Hop and then you got players like Davante. Oh, I hate this name. Davante Adams, but I got to put respect on him and say he's at the moment number 1 because he's just a nightmare.
Is he with like the Packers right now?
Yeah.
Oh.
And woo, Packers got some drama going on there, y'all. And Davante Adams just joined in the mix.
Oh, we're going to talk about the Packers definitely in this podcast. So to kind of wrap things up, we're just talking about, in this podcast, we're just talking about what we're excited for this season. We have, 2 weeks for the preseason?
Preseason?
Preseason, I think, is in a couple weeks.
Yes. Sorry, words are hard right now. We've both been up since 5 o'clock, y'all.
I think 4 weeks for
3 to 4 weeks
for preseason. So this is what we're excited for. I hope fam you'll follow us for sure. Now we're gonna go into a tidbit like I called the Packers talk.
Oh God!
Now talking about the Packers. This is what I was been trying to say. Is this final team? My God, Packers they need to get their shit together. Someone needs to fucking buy the team and become an owner and take fucking control versus this freaking fucking manager Gutekunst. God, God, Gutekunst. I don't like him.
He's really getting. If y'all can't tell right now, my boy's getting triggered like hell. But I'm gonna explain.
I don't like Gutekunst, but I do like Matt LaFleur. Yeah, him. But he is definitely a good coach, and him and Rodgers do have like
a chemistry.
I do have a chemistry, but did you hear freaking Aaron Rodgers decline one of the biggest contracts that the Packers are? We want you, and he's like, I'll pass.
Can I jump into this? Okay, so I'm gonna explain. If y'all don't follow Green Bay and you haven't been really listening to the newscasts on the sports radios or the sports TV stations like Shannon and Skip or stuff like that, I'm gonna clarify it for you. So this started literally 1 year ago when, let's clear the air here. The cheese state, which is starting to turn into blue cheese as far as Aaron Rodgers is concerned, they are infamous for keeping their QBs not for a long time. They have them for like a limited time, maybe 10 years at the most, and then they say they're done with you. The longest being maybe Brett Favre. Now, I digress. They bumped up on the first draft stock for a QB. They didn't just let Jordan Love, the QB, fall into their lap. They jumped up to get him. And then when they did that, Aaron Rodgers was confused. Reasonably so, because why would you jump up? Now, I digress. It goes further than that. Because right before the season truly began, apparently, the story went around that they were telling Aaron Rodgers, don't you be the problem. Excuse me? You gonna put some disrespect on my name after I done got you to the playoffs how many times? So he took it personal. In typical Michael Jordan fashion, Aaron Rodgers took it personal. And then all of a sudden, he starts playing out. He had a rough shot in those, first 3 to 4 weeks. But then, all of a sudden, after all the criticism, my boy came out. I don't like saying that, but respect is respect, because Aaron Rodgers drives me nuts. He came out, balled out, became MVP, made it to, I think, right to the championship of the NFC, and then, like everything else, as soon as they get there, didn't make it farther than that. Now, from what I understand, Green Bay kind of started singing a different tune after he did all this and tried to keep him. And then when the draft came out, Aaron Rodgers decided to go on the petty route. And hold up, y'all. Wow. I got nothing to say. I just got news from Justin saying, or not my boy.
So let me talk. So I was trying to scroll through what the average seasons that Green Bay has kept their quarterbacks, and I just happened to stumble upon a meme from the NFL saying after months of negotiating, Davante Adams and the Packers have reportedly broken off contract extensions, and has a picture of Aaron Rodgers' head on one of the Simpsons characters going ha, ha, to Green Bay, and I thought it was funny. That's why I had to kind of say that, but yeah, I'm still looking on the average span of yeah. Here, take it.
My bad, y'all. But yeah, no, that's another thing. It's bad enough when your QB is already disgruntled. It is horrid when he decides to call you out on national television saying, quite frankly, I'm surprised they haven't traded me yet. He did this in probably the worst possible time. Right at the draft. And right as he said this, you could see in the general management office, everyone looked uncomfortable, they looked awkward, and it was like, well, what do you expect? You kind of pushed your boy to this. Now they tried to give him a 2-year, $120 million extension that would have made him the highest paid QB for that particular moment. Then all of a sudden, y'all, he says, nah, I'm not going for that. And now, like my friend just said here, my homie, he says that Davante Adams, which I heard rumors about, but I couldn't really speculate on it, that they've broken off extension conversation contracts. Like, that's sad. That is really, really a bad position for Green Bay as far as I'm concerned, because now you're losing your star QB, you're losing your star wide receiver, and now you're going to probably be losing Jones, your star running back at this point. I wouldn't be surprised if y'all hear in like the next week or two that he's gone.
All right, so going back, I was trying to do some research while live, but the last thing I remember was seeing a picture of average season of Brett Favre in Green Bay, which is averagely about 16, 17 seasons. Mm-hmm. All right, before he left to go to Minnesota, and right now, Aaron Rodgers has just entered his 17th season at Green Bay.
So 17 years.
About 17 seasons before Green Bay loses a good quarterback. And I think here's the funny part. The quarterback before Brett Favre lasted about 16 seasons too. So every 16 years they seem like they switch out a quarterback. Right? But here's the funny part. Right, while I was doing this research. The quarterback before Brett Favre, the Green Bay drafted Favre 2 years before that quarterback left. Then they did the same thing with Aaron Rodgers. Aaron Rodgers was the backup for 2 years before Brett Favre left, which I find astonishingly funny and bullshit too.
Ironicated. I feel like this is the part where I don't like about Aaron Rodgers. Like, my man, you fell under the system, right, when you first got to Green Bay. It was that same mentality. Like my friend just said, they keep you for a certain amount of time, i.e. 17 years, and then they give you the boot. They're like, look, you're going to last with us for this season afterwards, or maybe one more season after that, and then you're gone. Wait, could I? No. No. But can we just... No! Okay, fine. I'll stick to my position. I digress. Now Aaron Rodgers is on the other side of that shoe. And unlike Brett Favre, he ain't as humble about it. Like, I've said this to everyone. Aaron Rodgers is kind of a diva in the NFL world. No one believes me on it, but I'm like... You're looking at this now. You're telling me this ain't diva talk? The man is literally showing you that all the cards are on his table... You can't really do much about it. Like, he's going to have the final say here. And it's either you're going to take him, you're going to give him what he wants, or he's leaving. And quite frankly, I think he just wants to leave at this point.
Yeah, I actually don't blame Rodgers for leaving at this point. But the one thing I do say about Rodgers, he's more humble about this, not being as much of a diva than Brett Favre. Brett Favre was a fucking diva. And I love Brett Favre. Don't get me wrong.
No, Brett Favre was petty, is what he was.
Well, still, same thing. But at least Aaron Rodgers...
Don't be surprised, y'all, if Aaron Rodgers takes the same idea and go to the Vikings. That's all I'm going to say. That's all I'm going to say.
That would be fucking hilarious.
Shit. That's some real petty shit.
Or he might actually go to Detroit. There's been talks of him going to Detroit or the Broncos.
Bye-bye Jared Goff, then, because I can tell you right now, he ain't going to last long there.
Oh, yeah, I forgot the Goff was at the Lions. But that's besides the point. But, yeah, there's rumors that Aaron, at least the big one, was him possibly going to the Broncos. Pull a...
I've been hearing about that. Like, they even showed it on here.
Yeah, that's what I was looking on your TV over there. I just see Aaron Rodgers in a Bronco jersey. I'm like, that'd be hilarious. Him going to back-to-back Super Bowls.
It'd be weird seeing him in that kind of orange color, though.
It'd be like playing with the Bears. With that kind of orange.
Now, I was going to say on that, if he does go with Denver, I'm just going to keep it a buck here, y'all. It's a wrap. It's going to be Peyton Manning style wrap because, one, Aaron Rodgers is still in his prime. No matter what you may say, you got to respect that this dude still plays his heart out. He's not no Ben Roethlisberger, who I'm not sold on. He's past his prime, way past it at this point. He got no arm. Don't give me that look, Justin. He got no arm.
Just imagine if Ben Roethlisberger all of a sudden just retired and Aaron Rodgers went to freaking Pittsburgh.
Oh, God.
My God.
I'm done. I'd be mad as hell. I'd be like, get out of here. Get my face.
They would be getting 2 Super Bowls at that point. Before he retires.
Seriously, because they got too many weapons. On offense and defense. They got Minka Fitzpatrick on defense. They got... Who else do they got on defense? There's another name on there, but he's bugging the crap out of a linebacker or something like that. And then they got the long list of wide receivers. Watt. They got that name.
TJ Watt, and he's actually I think the same position as his brother JJ.
Mm-hmm. Same position, just a lot younger and a lot faster. That's the only real difference between the two.
Oh, where did JJ go? Because I know he finally got out of Houston.
You don't know?
I don't remember.
All right, so I'm going to just clarify this to y'all. If y'all don't know where J.J. Watt is, just if you're a Seahawks fan, just cry inside because the man joined the Arizona Cardinals, so now he's going to be, I think, next to, who is it, Chandler Jones? And I'm going to keep it a buck here. I left a video when I first saw this, and I posted it on where only the 12s hang. If y'all from there watched it, then you know what I'm talking about. He's going to be a nightmare for my boy Russell. Like, it was hard enough for him to beat Arizona, honestly. Both times we had to face them last year. Now he's going to have to be dealing with two pass rushers who are scary as hell to run against, running past his O-line, which until we can see what they are this season is going to be wishy-washy. They rolled over and put my boy into a pretzel post.
Oh my God, I feel bad for Houston, but Houston just kind of shot themselves.
Houston shot themselves in the foot
on that one.
Houston, in my humble opinion, though, shot themselves in the foot when they got rid of DeAndre Hopkins for cheap. They should have kept him, and then all of a sudden, now you got J.J. Watt is gone. Deshaun Watson, you tried to keep there, but he was obvious he was going to be leaving. Now he's kind of screwed himself, literally screwed himself.
Here's the thing about Deshaun Watson. I think about Deshaun Watson, and don't get me wrong, he's a great player. I love Deshaun Watson. But when it comes to it, I think I just find it ironic when Deshaun Watson said, like, hey, I want to leave. All of a sudden, all these bullshit allegations just came up. I'm like, oh, my God, when did this happen? And I honestly do believe that conspiracy theory here, that I think Houston Texans did something to portray that and probably pay some people to try to keep Deshaun Watson there. At the end of the day, with all this bull crap allegations going on, they kind of, if it's true that they did that, at that point, the Texans shot themselves in the foot if it's true.
Damn.
That's one of the theories that are out there that I've read.
Now, I can see that theory working just because of how the prosecutor is getting some of the girls to come up, and some of them say that, yes, he did this, he was acting inappropriate there, and then all of a sudden you got some of the same girls, like some of the same 20-something odd number girls saying, no, he was nothing but a gentleman to us. We don't know where this is springing up from, and we're being forced. So it's like you're hearing a lot of convoluted information about this, and you don't know what is true and what's not. If I didn't know any better, this was like the Ben Roethlisberger, only in comparison, I'd say you're more than likely to believe Deshaun Watson's case, because Big Ben, I got
or the Robert Kraft debacle,
bro,
with the Patriots.
You have. Speaking of, I'm gonna just jump into the Patriots. Like, holy shit. I'm gonna just keep it a buck, y'all. I was smiling internally in my soul when I saw they didn't make it to the playoffs last year. I was like, oh, so it ain't just Bill Belichick's team, is it? What's wrong, Billy? You got a problem over there running your new team?
I'm coming for you, Tom.
He ain't coming for nothing. He ain't coming for nothing. Not with Cam Newton behind him. I'm sorry. Cam Newton, like I said, in his prime, Cam Newton was definitely a top 5 QB. But right now, he lucky if he top 15. I'm keeping it as honest as I can here. The boy can't stay healthy enough. He can't throw anymore. And then he tries to run, knowing full well his legs are broken to hell and back.
Oh, my God. I feel bad for Cam Newton when he went to the Super Bowl and just pretty much got spanked by Peyton Manning and his Broncos.
Who can say where the story goes?
Don't sing too much because we get flagged for it.
Oh my God, no! Hey, y'all flagged me for this. I don't care what y'all said. I'm going on American Idol. I know it don't exist. I will revive it just to prove y'all wrong.
No, I don't think we'll get hit with copyrights on that one because I don't think you sing that long.
Hey! I was going to say, you better say I sing well, mother.
But overall, I feel bad for Cam Newton with Carolina losing freaking Peyton. But at the end of the day, I actually am glad that he actually did manage to find a team. Unfortunately, it is with the Patriots, but I think it might be a good choice to keep his what we call ego in check down at the Patriots. But oh my God, freaking going back to DeJarvin Washington's case, I'm like, I feel bad for the dude, honestly. All right, and NFL, this is just theories that we heard. This is not confirmed information. Just to throw it out there. Again, don't come at us.
Quick reminder: don't add us on that. Don't add us on that, because we're just listening in on what y'all be posting. So, on that note, I would say, like my boy just said, the guy had a lot of teams going for him that could have possibly taken him. Personally, me, I had him going for maybe somewhere like the 49ers before they drafted Trey Lance. That would have been a good fit, a dangerous fit. I'm just going to keep it a buck here. It would have been a nightmare for every Seahawk fan and for any Rams fan. I don't care what y'all say. Aaron Donald ain't getting to no damn Deshaun Watson. I'm sorry. And anywho, then this came out, these allegations, and it was like, you couldn't have picked the worst time to do this. Like, and here's, I think some of the allegations are true to an extent. I think they're over-exaggerated to an extent, but this is a prime example of if Deshaun really felt innocent about even half of these claims, he would have came out and said it personally. But ever since then, he had been real quiet, which is probably smart on his case. But this is a further example of, what masseuse do you need, my man, that you need to be going to 25? You are a serial masseuser at this point. Going after masseuses for no reason.
Man, he's just trying to get a massage done. Come on, man.
What, the first 20 weren't enough?
Hey, that reminds me. I want to get a massage after this.
Get away from me, just. Russ, I swear, get away from me. I'm not... I like to point out, I'm by y'all, but I'm not into this boy. He's my homie. Just that.
You broke me again, damn you.
I guess I done wrecked him, y'all. Get wrecked, bruh!
But like overall, from the course of us talking about this, I'm am super excited for this upcoming season. A lot of teams to look for, a lot of teams that we've spent time talking about, and once I get everything together, get everything edited with this podcast, by God, this is our first podcast. Finally got it done.
Jesus Christ! And it took months to get to this point.
Actually, it took us a year.
Yeah.
I've been playing. Well, actually more than a year, because this fool here will tell you that I've been planning this since 2018. So this took
no, he ain't
about
wrong.
3 years in the making.
And right? I was literally telling him I'm up for it. I just don't have the time for it, because at the time I was focusing on just paying the dues, y'all. You know how it is, pay the rent. But now I'm like, you know what? We reaching past 25. We hitting this point. We're going to just jump in on this and just get on it. If it succeeds, it succeeds. If not, we can at least say we tried and had fun while doing it. And we at least hope we made sure y'all had fun too.
For real. Yeah, freaking, again, this is a big milestone, not for only myself, but for my buddy here, because this has honestly been 3 years in the making. I'm glad we finally got our first episode done after 3 years of fucking planning. My goodness. I'm just finally glad that we're able to just say, screw it, we're coming out and do this. All right, I'm super thankful for actually spending the time with you, brother.
Likewise, homie.
And what are your plans? Since we're recording this on a Friday, what's your plans this weekend?
Honestly, this weekend, tomorrow's my only day off, so I'm going to just chill, maybe grab a beer, enjoy the sunshine for a bit, because Lord knows this summer ends quickly, y'all. We're already about to reach August, so enjoy whatever sunshine you got left. Just not like that scorching heat from, 2 or 3 weeks ago, where it was 90-something degrees. No one wants that again.
Just remember, we're in Washington. The weather here don't last.
You're right. We bipolar like that. We like someone in a damn psych ward with how the emotions flip.
And for anybody that's interested of either sending us topics to talk about or having questions for us, I'll get that together in the description below. I'm going to try to get us on, well, for sure YouTube. I'm going to try to get us on, at least on Spotify, at least get us out there. Do you have anything else to add, sir?
Me, personally? I'm honestly going to just say it. If y'all want us to give us opinions on how we feel about certain players, also respond to my boy over here. He'll gladly ask me about it because I honestly focus more on players anyway. And then I'll look it up and I'll let y'all know what I think. Be sure to hit the like if you can, and then be sure to spread the news because we are still tiny and we're trying to grow here.
For real. Again, we're not going to try to make this as a career, but if we get the word out there on our show, that would be wonderful because we like to get sponsored. But that's going to be a long road ahead of us from that point. What's your socials?
My social is NickyD13 on IG. That's probably the best place you're going to be finding me all because that's where I find all my information as far as not just football but sports go in general. And then if you don't know me on there, then Nicky Winter on Facebook. But I don't really post much on there anymore, so it's a safe bet you won't see me.
And with me, I'm going to try to get a group together on Facebook to send out a podcast. You can find me on Muscle Tank J on both Twitter and or IG too as well, Instagram. I'm also on TikTok. I don't really post much there, but I'll probably post tidbits of our conversations there. You can find me at Sergeant Jumbo. What's your TikTok?
My TikTok is Nicky Kruger, y'all. That's just as simple as that. Nicky Kruger. Nikky. Kruger like the Freddy.
And again, if you enjoyed this podcast, like my homie there, punch the like button in the face. Like a boss. That's checks up the guy for anybody that actually listens to YouTubers. Lick a glove. And we'll catch you on the next episode. Peace.